Good morning. Is that time season again?
What season?
No, we're not talking about turkey. Stuff yourself silly. We're talking
Nope.
about business planning, y'all.
It really is that time of year when we have to be looking at what are we going to do and how are we going to get ourselves set up for the upcoming year and to really be able to take off and do great things. So,
My name's Ming
yep.
Richardson. I'm the compliance broker for Maximum One Realty and Realtor Partners.
And my name's Alan Richardson, and I'm the what am I? Magic.
Qualified broker.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So we want to kind of jump in and just kind of talk about business plans and talk about kind of like the importance of why a business plan really can help you grow your business, right? So like for businesses, and by the way, you are a small business, right? Yes, you may be a real estate agent, you may sell houses, but you are a small business person. And so right now, less than 3% of real estate agents actually have a business plan. That is
That's kind of
staggering,
scary.
right? It really is, right? The lack of a formal business plan, unfortunately, really common in our industry. However, for the ones who have a business plan, it is a real advantage. Like it's a competitive advantage for those folks. Businesses that have business plans will grow on average 30% faster than those without.
So, look at 2025. It's almost gone, y'all. Just a
Hard
couple
to
of
believe,
weeks.
right?
We
Yeah.
got Thanksgiving. Right around the corner is Christmas. And before you know it, the year has ended. So, what have you done for the year?
Yeah.
This is a good time. This is not jabbing. This is not poking you or anything like that. This is about evaluate what have you done this year. And y'all, just let's stop right there. Let's stop blaming the market because it doesn't matter what
Hmm.
market we're in. Real estate is very fluid, and we just have to go roll with the punches, so to speak. And we have to know what the market's doing and how we can be competitive and how we can best serve our client. And that's the bottom line.
Well, and that's a great point, right? Because if you say, look, the market's the reason my business is going to be bad, then your business is always going to be bad.
You got a negative energy feed into your brain cells saying, nope, I'm not going to do it, can't do it.
Yep.
All these extra forces, external forces, is making me unproductive.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you have a schedule and you do really abide by those schedule, I promise you there's production. Now, some days are going to be better than the others, while other you feel like you're deflated. So understand that. But don't take it as a deflation. Look at it as a improvement to what you
Yep.
can do.
So let's start off with that business plan because right now, businesses that have a business plan, half of them grew, right? So like
Absolutely.
whereas only about a quarter of the businesses that don't have a business plan grow. So you double your opportunities with a business plan. In addition, your business plan is going to help to give you kind of like focus and
And
some direction,
direction.
right? Right. The way that you're trying to move forward. It's also going to help you reduce risks because you've kind of planned for that. It's going to have you kind of like preparing for what's going on, like Ming was saying, like the market's going to be something that we are always, I'm not sure at odds with is the right word, but it's definitely going
It's
to be a
fluid.
consideration, right? So it's going to give us a little bit of financial clarity about what we're trying to achieve, and then actually having goals means that it's something that we can really achieve. For a lot of people, they don't want to set goals because if I don't set goals,
Then I'm not obligated to do it.
right.
So
Then it's no. How'd you do last year? I did just fine. Well, really, like
what's
if my
fine?
goal was if I didn't have a goal, did you achieve it? Sure, you did, right? But some folks are afraid of setting goals because if they do set goals and they don't achieve it, then they'll feel bad about themselves.
And there's nothing on you
Yeah,
personally. And sometimes is understanding the so the goal help you strategically plan how you want to move forward. So if the way you're moving forward is not working, change it.
yeah,
Change your course. And it's easy as that. There are mentors out here, they are brokers, and they are co-worker that would love to help you. Matter of fact, Michelle has a social media boot camp. So once
yeah. We're
again,
going down a rabbit
I
hole
know
here.
I'm
That doesn't
saying
help with where we're staying on point.
find a network that's going to assist you in achieving your goal.
All right, so I want to help you instead of sending you to somebody else here. Really want to help you try and figure out let's do a business plan together, right? And so the goal here is to help you get your business set up. And we like a one-page business plan. We like a business plan that's kind of really concise, all on one place, so that you can kind of keep it with you, post it out there. Like it should be like this document that you're constantly working on and evolving. It should be written in pencil because things will change on it, that kind of stuff. But in order to start, you've really got to start with like the big numbers, right? Like how much money do you want to make and how many homes do you need to sell to make that happen? Now, one of the easiest things to do is say, okay, next year I want to make 100,000. I want to make 150,000. I want to make 50,000. Doesn't really matter. Whatever your goal is, that's your income goal for the year. Now, if you take that income goal and then the next thing that you want to know is when the average house sells, when my average home sells,
in your area,
how much do I make? And so there's lots of different formulas you can use, but basically, like if the homes that I sell are around 300,000, and I normally charge this percentage less whatever my split is, I normally make this amount. So if let's say that I charge or my trade area is $300,000 and I charge 2.5%. Well, that means that I'm going to make around $7,500 per transaction, less my brokerage split, which is going to be right around $500, give or
give and take.
take. And so that means I'm going to make around $7,000 a transaction. Now, the only other thing I got to do is take this is how. So if I want to make $100,000, well, I want to divide that by $7,000, for example. So I'm going to take my phone, which is not something you're normally supposed
It's
to do on
about
video,
13
right?
transaction
So
ish.
$100,000, yep, divided by $7,000.
13 is 101.
14,000 or 14.2. So I need you were close. So I would need 14 transactions next year. I do 14 transactions. I make $77,000 a transaction. I'm going to make $100,000 for the year. So you kind of have to know that right there. I mean, like whenever you see the big talking heads and gurus and that kind of stuff, right? Everybody's like, know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. These are the big numbers, right? These are the main numbers you have to know. It's how much I want to make. It's how much I make when a house sells. This is how many transactions I need to achieve next year in order to achieve my goals, right? So we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page there. Now, the next step is to really, and our next step is different than a lot of other people's. And what I mean by that is our next step is database. See, for a lot of people, they're going to talk about leads, they're going to talk about this, they're going to talk about that. But realistically, when you look at right now, 2/3 of our sellers found their agent from referrals and past clients. And over half of our buyers found their real estate agent from referrals and past clients. Most agents are not just these lead generating, hardcore, hard sell kind of people. Most real estate agents are relationship people. And what we use to manage our relationships is our databases, right? Your database is the central nervous system of your business. Now, when I'm talking a database, I'm not talking about some cold list of names that you have no idea who these people are.
We're talking about a list of name that is that you have a relationship with and that you have been in contact, perhaps their children, their dogs, or whatever it is. But these are folks that you know.
Right.
So you can always start with a dialogue, either a hey, how are you? Or hey, I apologize, I haven't talked to you for a while.
Well,
So these are things you can do.
yeah. I mean, the requirement to be in your database should be these are people that are local to you, right? These are people that you know,
You want to do business with.
right? Or people that know you. And like Ming said, people that you want to do business with. So that's really your only main caveats, right? In your local area, people that know you, people that you know, and people that you want to do business with, right? That's the bulk of what your database should be. Your database should not be this cold list of like all these people that you just have no idea. Like if you call them, they're like, who's this? That's not your sphere. That's not your database. That's not your people, right? That's not your tribe. So what I want you to do next is, and this is another calculation, right? I want you to take we used the average sale price earlier. So I want you to take your average sale price times 0.005. So in our example, we had an average sale price of around $300,000. If you multiply that times 0.005, you come up with $1,500. The reason that I want you to be able to calculate that is how much the value of a home in your household is worth. That's how much somebody in your database is worth to you. Every person in your database should be worth 0.005 of whatever the average sale price is in there. Now, if you're $400,000, that would be $2,000. That the average person in your database would be worth $2,000. If it's only $200,000, they're going to be worth $1,000 to your database. I'm not saying that they're only worth $1,000, not being anything like that, right?
That's the average computation when you look at your sphere.
Right. So you take your average sale price multiplied by 0.005. That's your average value per household. That's
Mhm.
and you need to know that, right?
Right.
Because we're talking about understanding the value of a database. So many people just treat their databases like this willy-nilly thing, and they're not really
No
focused
big
on it at all,
deal.
right? So now what I want you to do is I want to take your average value per household. In our example, $1,500, right? So divide your GCI goal by your value per household. So if I said I wanted to make $100,000 this year, like we
Divide by
said,
1,500.
$100,000. I'll do the math. Divided by 1,500. That means I need 67 people in my database. Now, again, these are not 67 cold leads, 67 people that we have no idea who they are. These are 67 people that are in my local service area
Mm-hmm.
that know me, that I know, and that I want to do business with. So what you find is that, so I need 67 people in my database. Now I want you to ask yourself another question, and that is, and maybe look it up. How many people, what is the actual size of your database? Again, not that paper list or not that digital list of cold contacts, but how many people are truly in your database?
One place to
Because
find it.
well, I mean, it might be like start on your phone, that kind of stuff, because you already know that you need like if I'm going to hit my goal, I need 67 people in my database that I'm going to reach this year. Now, these are people that we're going to form relationship with and reach out and engage with, right? So you have to ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how well is my database being maintained, right? Because really, you have two options at this point. One is my database is too small to achieve my goals, right? So I need to increase my database by X number of households this next year. Or,
The
which
other
is
one is my database is big enough and I need to enhance on the quality of my relationship.
right. And that's honestly the one that we see happen the most time. Most of the time, most realtors, most real estate professionals have have way more contacts and way more people that know them, and people they want to do business with, then they'll need to be successful.
Correct.
We see where, unfortunately, folks don't work nearly as much on maintaining the quality of their relationships, right? And so um, all this being in your database, you've got to be able to say, okay, so what percentage of my database is now inside my CRM? Like we provide a CRM for all of our agents, right? It's part of our monthly desk fees. But when you look at it, what percentage of our people really do have their true database inside their CRM? Because that CRM is there to help you engage, help you reach out, help you follow up. Again, it's not meant to be this device that reaches out to cold leads. It can, but realistically, the bulk of our business again comes from referrals and past clients, comes from relationships. We can use our CRMs to help us build those relationships. Now, every person so for every one of these people that who really is inside your database, right? In my example, for those 67 people, right? I need real contact information, name, phone number, email address, like
Children.
actual address, kids, pets. Are they a buyer or a seller, right? Because what you really want to do is are you serious about growing your business? Because if so, your database needs to be a very important piece of it. And so, are you going to commit to working on your database at least once a week And are you also dedicate some time to reorganize your database? For a lot of folks, when they first got into real estate, they didn't start using a database
Mm-mm.
or a CRM. And then,
It's a big notebook, but that thick.
yeah, well, but and I get it. For a lot of people, like when you start off, I don't have anyone to put in a database anyway. Why would I do it? And then you get busy, and then it feels like it's such a daunting task to go back. I don't mean go back and pull
And
out thousands of leads. I mean, who are the people that know you, that you want to work with? That's who needs to be inside your database, right?
And we're not saying do it all in one shot. Schedule yourself to put in 5 a day, 10 a day, whatever it is. Schedule it.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed over time how much database that you will have in your CRM.
So now we jumped into we jumped into our database. The next step is what are your lead systems? You normally need like 3 or 4 different lead systems, but understand that the goal of having lead systems is not transactions. Well, I know that sounds crazy, right? The goal of your lead systems is to replenish your database.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're going to grow your database, because you're going to use your database to build relationships. You're going to use your lead systems to replenish your database. So in addition to that, so now we've got, we have our sales goals, we have our transaction goals. We're committed to doing our utilizing our database every day, and we've kind of been through that whole bit. These are our lead systems that we're working on now. Our next step is, what are your daily income producing activities? Like, how many conversations are you going to have? How many outgoing phone calls are you going to make? How many appointments are you going to book weekly?
If I tell you guys every time you pick up your phone is worth $50, will you pick it up? Because
Yeah.
that's what it does. When you have that much communication between your friends, most likely it is a numbers game, and at some point that number is going to hit.
Yep. So then the next step of your business plan is, what is my business building activities? Marketing, right? So these are my lead systems. Then we have prospecting, which is our phone calls, reaching out, that kind of stuff. Now it's marketing. How many emails? How many text messages? How many handwritten notes? Social media posts, videos? How many properties am I going to publish out? Right?
Right.
Like being able to do that. That's going to be the real big deal. And all this goes on just one page, right? Now, one of the place where you definitely want to be thinking about, and that is accountability.
It is important because sometimes there's days like when you work and I feel like, "Ugh, I just can't get through." And so when you have accountability, it motivates you to say, okay, these are things we need to get done.
Now, for years, we used to say, look, don't make your spouse your accountability partner. And honestly, we disagree with that, right? Sharing your goals with your spouse or partner is really, really important. It helps them know what's going on. Not only that, especially if you are married or partnered to somebody that's not in real estate, a lot of times they don't feel like you have a real job anyway. I'm serious, right? Like if you'll sit down and go over your goals with them about what's really going on and what's going to happen, they're going to help you with that, right? Even posting your goals to other folks in the office, sharing it with other people, putting your goals out there so other people can see them. We all have this idea that, you know what, I think accountability is great until it's actually time. And then we get all like
Been out
yeah,
shape.
yeah. We used
We
to have
do.
accountability sessions where I would put people on the spot. And guess what? Nobody showed up. So like it's one of those things where I get it. We all know that accountability is good. So just go in there with basic accountability with your spouse, with your partner, being able to share that kind of stuff out. It really, really can
Well, it
help
will
you out
help
there.
support you and your goals, and sometimes they have a different perspective, and those perspectives can kind of broaden your outlook and how you should pursue something.
Yeah. So again, post your business plan, keep it with you. This should be like this living, breathing document that you're
Right.
working on, right? It's got all this stuff on there. It's going to help you keep you motivated, those kind of things. In addition to having
Some of
that,
the habits that we recommend you start with gratitude
yeah,
because every day you're above ground is a beautiful day.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, and when you really think about gratitude, you can realize how blessed that we really are. It can make some of the challenges for real
Mm-hmm.
estate or whatever's going on in your life, it just changes your perspective out there.
Yep.
Second thing, show up. go to work. Like get up, get dressed, take off the fuzzy slippers, right? Put on some clothes, look good, feel good, jump out there. Next thing, call first, email second, right?
Because you can get lost in email la la land.
Yeah. I mean, if you start off answering email, put on that firefighter hat, you don't ever prospect. So make sure that you call first thing in there. Every day, write 2 handwritten notes. Again, going back to gratitude, that kind of stuff. Focus on your hot list, focus on your warm list, and make sure that you are prospecting every day and your business is going to blow up.
Right.
Yep. It absolutely will. So we hope this is helpful. We hope that you can take this and grow your business. If we can be of any kind of service for that, please call, text, smoke signals. We have it all right there
Yes,
for you.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for watching us and look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.